Hey everyone, it's Tyrone from tyroneshum.com. Today I've got a special guest on the line today. His name's Gideon Shalwick. Hi Gideon.
Hi Tyrone, how you doing?
Good, good. I wanted to get Gideon on the call today because Gideon's releasing a brand new program called Rapid Video Blogging. And I'm really excited because it's something that I think there's a huge demand for it. And particularly myself and a few other people I know out there, everyone seems to be using video nowadays. So I thought Gideon would be the perfect person to speak to and also ask a lot more details. And I thought because Gideon's also have a very, very good website called Free Magic Live, it'd be a great case study to find out a little bit more information about how he's done it and use video to do that on YouTube. So Gideon, thanks very much for coming on to the call today. The first thing I wanted to find out from you is just to share a little bit more with the audience if they don't know what your case study and a little bit more about your stuff, yourself, I should say, about the Free Magic Life website too.
Sure thing. I guess just as a bit of background, how I got into this whole video thing. It all started when I got this idea in my head back in New Zealand. I had a job there that I wanted to start my own business, and basically told my wife, we're going to immigrate to Australia and start a new business, and she took it pretty well. And, we got to Australia and I looked at a bunch of businesses, and the one that stood out to me was starting up an online business. But the biggest issue that I had as I was starting out was getting traffic to my sites. And, I had a really cool product. The marketing was all set, in terms of the sales letter and all this sort of stuff. But finding traffic was a real nightmare. I mean, one of the key ways for me to find traffic was just through joint venture partners. And to me, that was really difficult because, I had no credibility in the market. I didn't know anybody. And, trying to get those people's attention who actually has a list, if you're just starting out, is extremely hard. And I had to find another way. So I actually started interviewing some of the world's top internet marketers. And I did it all on video. Now, not really realizing what I was doing, but I was actually learning how to use online video and really getting the nuts and bolts of it. And, it's through that I met Yaro Starak. We did a project together that was really, really successful. But in this whole process, I figured out how to get traffic to my sites and, really nice and high quality and targeted traffic so that I wouldn't need to get the support from joint ventures, for example, joint venture partners. I mean, it's still nice if you can get them, of course. That can really boost your numbers. But certainly you can get a lot of traffic through online video, and specifically what I've now started focusing on for the last year in particular is just looking at YouTube. Because I mean, YouTube, let's just look at YouTube. That's, it's 2 billion views a day. They're the second biggest search engine in the world. Something like 85% of people in the United States have actually watched a YouTube video. It's probably more now. That's a huge number, by the way.
It is.
And, the predictions are that, the mainstream of the US and the UK will only be totally on YouTube by the year 2012. It's now 2010 still. And so what that's saying is that we're still on the growth curve, and there's still a lot of stuff that's going to happen with this. But just to give you a feel for the sort of results I've been getting with just Free Magic Live, because I wanted to use Free Magic Live as, it was a combination of things. JJ approached me, wanted to do a project together. He did the magic. JJ's the magician on Free Magic Live, and I did the internet marketing magic, I suppose. So I thought it was a great project as a case study in an area that's the non how to make money niche on the internet, and it's just been phenomenal. It's been just over a year now. We've had over 3 million views on our YouTube channel.
That is astounding.
We're getting about at the moment it's more like between 130 to 150 opt-ins a day for our newsletter. It's being read in like 165 countries all over the world. And things are just starting to take off for us in there. It's only been a year. Some people might think it sounds like a long time, but seriously, the results we've been getting for how long we've been at it is compared to how long it takes other people, it's been really, really cool. And as I say, this is really just still the beginning.
It is. It's really interesting. For 12 months, a lot of people think, yeah, it's a long time. But for us, when we look at it, to start any business or to start any little project up, it takes at least minimum 12 to 24 months to even get something off the ground. So what you're doing is absolutely awesome.
Very, very good point. And that's the other thing to notice as well. So we started from scratch with absolutely zero links in the industry. In terms of networks, we don't know we didn't know anybody in the industry when we started. I mean, I knew JJ, but in terms of the online world, we didn't know anybody in the magic industry. And now people are starting to notice. They go, "Wow, Free Magic Live! They've got like close to 30,000 followers. There's someone to be reckoned with."
You guys are absolutely crushing it from the sounds of things.
It is, and we walked into Ed Hardy, the Ed Hardy store the other day. And we actually bought JJ some clothes for one of the shoots we wanted to do, and people just started asking us questions, and they found out what we were doing, and they were like, "Oh wow, here's the business card of our promotions person. Please give them a call. We want to be part of your show," and all this sort of stuff. We've had a local. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say yet. A local,
probably, yeah.
big shop that's approached us to do videos for them, and paying us really good money for that. And so. Things are really, really taking off for us, and it's all really because of what we've been able to do on YouTube.
That's awesome. Well, I think most people are really astounded by those numbers. Even myself, I'm like, wow, I'm blown away. I guess people probably want to find out, as a case study, where you started first, and what kind of strategies did you implement to get to that level? Because as you said, you've just started off from absolutely nothing, and it's really, really like an awesome story, like a rags to growth story.
Rags to international stardom. And really it is getting like that. JJ's, we've just been approached by a publisher in New York who wants to put us on in his book.
Wow.
Just because of what he's seen from us on YouTube. I guess seen from JJ because he's on the videos. I'm behind the scenes. But
I should mention what your little nickname is. It's Magic G, isn't it? So
yeah, Magical G. That's right. JJ called me that one day, and it just kind of stuck. And okay, well, it's cool.
And now you know who's behind all the scenes. It's Magical G.
Yeah, if you get an email from Magical G, you'll know who it is. But how do we get started? Well, I think the first thing when we got started with this, when JJ and I started talking about it, was at that point in time, I was online already for about 3 years. It's been just over 4 years now in total that I've been online full time. And so by that time, I already knew the importance of providing value online and content being king, basically. And I saw the success that other people had with normal text-based blogs, for example, and people like Yara Stark, Darren Rouse, even other people like in the entertainment industry, like Paris Hilton, for example. The main thing there for them was to provide value, whether it's through content or entertainment or education or newsworthy stuff. There was always value connected with whatever they were doing online. And so when JJ and I started, that's the premise that we started from. We wanted to provide massive value to the magic industry, to the magic world. And so I said, okay, what shall we do? And so obviously with magic, a lot of people want to learn how to actually do magic.
Yep.
And a need we saw in the market was that, especially on YouTube, there's a lot of magic videos, but it's what JJ calls crotch magic. So if you watch them, you see them. I wonder if I can do this. You see them like this, crotch magic, where they play with the cards, and that's all you see inside the video. And you don't see the person's face, and it's often very amateur and not very well done.
Not professional.
Yeah, and so we wanted to do really fun and good videos where JJ actually, he goes into the street and performs these little magic tricks, and then blow people away with the reactions, and then afterwards we teach people how to actually do the tricks. So it wasn't just the reactions and stuff, but it was also just combining both entertainment as well as education. So and I think that was a really, really good combination. So if you're thinking about a YouTube channel, think how you can combine entertainment and education at the same time.
Yeah, and
Strategy.
when I first saw this channel, I was blown away. Like, not because of the views and stuff, but just by seeing JJ, he's like really likable character. Hops on there and just makes a few jokes. He's really good with the girls. I've seen that a lot of times on the videos.
Yeah, he's a master at it.
He is a master at it. But the thing is, he's got this really amazing, fast way of being able to perform the tricks. Then once you've seen the trick, you go, wow, I want to learn it. And the beautiful thing that I've seen about your videos is afterwards, you show them exactly how to do. And there's no secrets, no nothing. And that I think has captured the world, literally being able to see that, because a lot of people just don't know how it's done.
That's right, and you know, it's cool. You don't have to reveal everything, but I mean, you know, because you obviously want to save some stuff if you want to create a product, for example, and sell the product. So you want to leave enough stuff behind as well that you can actually sell, and or give people a reason to stay with you. You know, so we don't give everything away. So we often give away some easy tricks, for example, for beginners, and then as they go through, they can join our courses and stuff, and learn how to do more advanced magic, for example.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well, let's come back to the strategy behind it then with regards to Free Magic Live. What has been some of the strategies that you've implemented just to be able to get to where it is now? Like, besides the really content is king, which we've talked about, what are some really practical tips you could probably share on how you've done it too?
Well, I think one of the first things you've got to do, or one of the key and essential things you always have to do with your videos and think about when you upload them to YouTube is, you know, given, of course, already that you're providing value and that you're providing stuff that people want to watch, you need to make sure that people can actually find your videos. I mean, just because you upload your video to YouTube doesn't mean people are going to find it. And so there are a few things you need to do right to, you know, to make sure that people can find it. And it's, you know, it really is as simple as making sure you use the right title for your video, the right description, and the right tags. And if you like, I can just quickly go through those. I mean, I talk about it inside my report as well, but just they're very critical elements. For your title, what I always teach is it's really a combination of two things. You got to please both human beings, people who watch your videos, and the search engines. So, you know, what you got to do is find a combination of the two that works. Something that often works really, really well, if you think about your titles for your videos, is to think about your video and to be very clear on the content that your video is about. And then think, if you were someone else on the internet looking for that video or looking for content inside that video, what would you be likely to type into the search bar? For example, in the magic one, there's, for example, how to do a coin roll, you know, over your fingers. So a keyword phrase that we decided to target there was coin roll tutorial, which happens to be a really nice phrase for both human beings as well as for search engines, because we did a bit of keyword research and we noticed that people are searching for coin roll tutorials. So it's already kind of ranking and people are already searching for that. And so that was a really good keyword phrase to use. So we'd have coin roll tutorial as maybe the first few words in the title. And remember that the first few words in your title, those are the most important ones for Google. So pick those ones carefully, because that's what what you'll rank for inside Google and YouTube. And then you can add anything else that you think is needed if you still need to add anything. So that's the title. Description area, always have your little URL link at the top. I mean, I always say this, but it's so basic. You got to do it, because I
still see people don't do it.
That's right. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. This is YouTube and the whole, using YouTube as a real marketing strategy is still at the beginning phases. You see so many videos on there that don't have a clue about these things. They don't have a link to their site. They don't even have a website. They've got millions of views on their videos, but they don't know how to turn those views into cash, which is really what it's about. It's getting views from YouTube, driving them to your site, building your list, and turning those viewers into cash. So that's an easy way. You just have your link in there. People can click on it, go straight to your website or your blog or your opt-in page. Very, very important. Now, inside the description area, and this is something else that very few people do, and I think the reason is because most people are lazy, and I'm lazy too, because it's a pain to do it, but it's really worth it. Is to basically treat that description area as like a blog post.
Yep.
Because at the moment, Google still looks at that, YouTube still looks at the actual content you have in there. I mean, they are able to transcribe automatically your videos, but that's still really in its infancy, and it's not as accurate. There are some other ninja tricks that I teach inside my course that you can do for actually getting picked up for specific words inside your video. It's very, very cool. I love this stuff. It's just cutting edge.
Ooh, I'm getting excited.
But the key thing there, once again, is to provide value, not to keyword stuff. Absolutely do not keyword stuff your description area. I see so many people doing marketing videos and sales videos on YouTube, and you look at the description, it's just like full of crap, full of keywords being stuffed in there.
Particularly those ones I've noticed right at the bottom of the YouTube description, they stuff it with keywords and just put it all in brackets, they just do a lot of it. And I'm thinking,
I hate those. And if Google and YouTube is not penalizing those videos, I think it's just a matter of time until they will, because when you think about YouTube and Google, they want to provide their users with an enjoyable experience. And if people do searches on YouTube and Google and the results are really bad, and it doesn't relate to the content that people are searching for, or it keeps on coming up with sales videos, their audience is going to leave.
That's right.
So for YouTube and Google, it's absolutely critical that they serve relevant content. So for all those people that's keyword stuff just to get extra views and they're not providing value, I think they will get penalized in the long term. That's for sure.
Yeah. So how long would you say the description should be in terms of words?
Basically, as long as you can. I know there is a limit on how many words you can use in there, but it's certainly I don't think I've ever seen anyone use all of the words in there that you can use.
I'll be curious, because I get all my videos transcribed, and do you think it'd be a good idea to insert your whole transcript into your description?
It's something that I haven't tested, and it's kind of difficult to test because it's a long-term thing, and what do you actually compare it with? But it's certainly something to test. What I do recommend though is that at least what I prefer doing is to, if I do a transcribe for a video, is to put it on my blog. Because that's really what you want to end up ranking for in Google at the end of the day. I mean, YouTube is amazing, for getting traffic and for ranking, even in the search engines, Google search engines. But the trouble is that you don't actually own your YouTube channel. You don't own it. YouTube owns it. So if you, for whatever reason, do something that's against their terms of service, or someone flags you as a spammer or whatever, you don't know what could happen. You could lose your account. And if you did all your work on just YouTube, and not capturing that traffic on your own blog and building your own blog audience, your video blog audience, then you could go from everything to zero very quickly. So it's a backup strategy to help you capture and garner that traffic that you're getting from YouTube.
Awesome. And what about the tags down the bottom after descriptions as well? How should we handle that, or how would you approach that?
Same thing as the title. Very, very important. Well, it's debatable. It depends on who you ask and how important they are. By far, apparently, the most important is your title and the first few keywords you have in your title. But what I often do as well, and I've seen it does make a difference, is if you have, say, for example, there's a keyword phrase you want to rank for. Say, in this example, it's coin roll tutorial. The first keyword inside my tags, or keyword phrase inside my tags, would be coin roll tutorial as well. So that's like a double whammy. So you've got it in your title, and there's the first few words, and inside your tags as the first keyword phrase as well. And the way to create a keyword phrase in your tags in YouTube, as opposed to just individual little words, is to, when you enter it in, is to write the whole phrase out. So coin space roll space tutorial. After that, have a comma, and then do your next keyword phrase. What that does is basically it helps YouTube recognize that as a phrase, a keyword phrase, as opposed to just the individual words. So that's a nice little, cool little strategy that not too many people seem to know about.
Cool. There's so many like little tips and stuff there, and I know it's all in the report, but it's really good just to be able to hear from yourself how to do it and outline it in detail. So, thanks very much for those tips.
That particular strategy there is not actually in the
report.
Really? Count yourself lucky.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I have to say that, yeah, guys, pick that tip up. Don't forget it. Awesome. All right. Well, there's probably another question I wanted to ask you with regards to once you've uploaded these videos and say, for example, you've just started out and you've got 0 views and you're trying to get traffic to your video. And obviously, unless people are searching for it, it won't happen within a day or a few hours or so. You need to hopefully get it out there. So I guess that comes down to the marketing side. We've talked about the setting up side and getting the video up. How would you get traffic or views onto your video from that step onwards?
Well, obviously at the beginning it may be more challenging to get a flood of traffic, but it depends. You know, if you create a really good video and someone picks it up and it gets onto the first page of YouTube, you can get like 1 million views in a day. You know,
I got a really good one. I remember Charlie bit me, that baby one.
That's still the #1 most viewed video in the world.
Unbelievable.
Incredible, yeah. So who would have known that would go viral? So you don't know whether your videos will go viral or not. There are some strategies that I do teach that you can kind of engineer it a little bit to help you make your videos go viral. But ultimately, you know, like there's more than just a value thing. Like that's the most important thing that I said at the beginning is to create value, to provide value. But for YouTube, the second most important thing is, I guess you could call it community. So, and what I mean by that is that YouTube, just like all the other social media sites, it's a social media site. It's a social site. In other words, you got to get social on there. I had an interview with Dave Powers. He runs like an RC
model planes,
model planes,
cars, and all that. I'm into that stuff.
Oh yeah, well they're incredible. They've had like 42 million views on the
wow,
YouTube, and they're just rocketing ahead, you know. So and he runs a fully fledged business, you know, remote control business off from that. And you see his website is not even, he doesn't even have an opt-in list or anything like that. I think
David, you need it.
But it's amazing, you know. So and what he told me, and which I really agree with, and I thought he made a really good point there, is that it's like high school. You know, you gotta go and find the cool kids and hang out with them and make friends with them. And basically, the more friends and the more subscribers and the more popular you can become on YouTube, the more successful you're gonna get. And this is the thing that most people don't get. They think they can just upload videos to YouTube and boom, you know, they'll get traffic automatically. But you know, YouTube is like a living organism, and it's like a little baby or a pet, you know, or
nurture.
You have to nurture it, and you have to get involved, and you have to become part of the. It's weird because it's actually really hard to describe in words, but you've got to become part of the organism itself. And as you start playing on YouTube and you start subscribing to all the videos channels that you're interested in, you become so part of it, and you become engrossed in it. But that's good in a way. You just got to watch yourself so you don't become too addicted and don't spend time on the value activities. But the point is that you need to get involved. You need to get to know your community, the YouTube community, and more specifically, the people inside your niche on YouTube. So, for example, in our magic one, there's a magic niche, and they use their own specific kind of language. They upload their own kind of videos, and they do their own kind of competitions and this sort of stuff. And you can't figure out what that is unless you get involved. And so, and the beauty of all this is that it's certainly not hard work. Trust me, it is one of the most fun things you will ever do. And some people might think it's a waste of time, but it's not, because as you do it, you become part of this living organism. You become part of the community, and you get known. You get to know other big players in the field, And I mean, once you start getting to know people, they start linking back to you. And if once they start linking back to you, and once people start subscribing to you, it puts your channel on a bit of a snowball. Because then, if say for example, if you have like us, we've got I think 5,000 subscribers now on YouTube. Every time you submit a video, those people get automatically notified that you've got a new video on there. So automatically you get potentially 5,000 people that can instantly in that same day watch your video. 5,000 views, bang, like that. Okay, maybe not 5,000 just from your subscribers, because obviously not everybody watches your video in the first day or so. But the point is that you got to build up this following, and you become friends with people, and the more friends and following you have, the better.
Absolutely. Wow, there's a lot that you've covered in that part there. I also noticed you mentioned about competition as well. Is that something that's common inside the magic industry or the magic niche?
Absolutely, and it's actually I think it's something that's very underutilized in other niches, that it works like magic.
That's all you need to say, I think. It works like magic.
I guess we've seen competitions and stuff before, but because there's someone in particular, his channel is MissMag822. If you want to check it out, he runs competitions all the time, and he's got something like 50,000 YouTube subscribers. Now, just to give you the power of that, we've got 5,000 on our Free Magic Live channel, but we have an email list of about 25,000 people. So it seems to correlate. We've got about you can probably get about 5 times as many. What is that? 5 times 5 is 25, right? So you can get. It seems like you can get about 5 times as many email subscribers as YouTube subscribers. So if you think about Miss Mag's channel, he's got 50,000 YouTube subscribers. I think he's just started a website, but he doesn't know anything about internet marketing or building his list. But imagine if he had a proper list building strategy, he could have an email list of like 250,000 people. And so that gives you just an indication of how powerful he is on YouTube. Now, he runs these competitions all the time. And seriously, all it is, he has the silliest little competitions where he gives away packs of cards, little playing cards, not even anything big. It costs him a few dollars of that, and people just go nuts, because it's a competition. They want to win, and so there are so many cool things you can do with competitions to get attention. So that helps you get more views, helps you get more interaction from your audience, which YouTube looks at, by the way. They want to see that you're active on your channel, that your audience, that they interact with you, for example, by leaving comments, rating your video, actually watching your video, that it's not fake views. And running a competition is one of the best ways that you can do that. And I think it's definitely the most fun way to help you get more views on YouTube. It's awesome.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure there's questions like one question that's running through my head at the moment is, if you've got no views and you're just starting out and you start uploading a few videos and you're getting a little bit of maybe 1 or 2 views, and you decide, okay, let's run a competition to see. But how would you get the word out there? That's something that people are probably asking. How do you do it? Because
Well, once again, I mean, you got to build up some relationships, and it does take time sometimes. I mean, sometimes you can strike it lucky, and you can get someone who immediately likes you and who immediately wants to link back to you. But once you've gotten to know the people in your niche on YouTube, you'll know who the big players are. And because it's YouTube, it's still so undiscovered. You can get the attention of these guys pretty easy, especially for the more niche sort of stuff. To give you an example, we approached someone on YouTube. I can't remember how many subscribers they had on YouTube, but they had an email list of about 30,000 people.
Whew, now, that's huge.
In the internet marketing world, if someone has a 30,000 people email list, it becomes more tricky to get their attention and to ask them for an interview, for example.
Yeah.
Well, we approached this guy from out of the blue. We said, hey, we love your stuff. We've been watching your videos. Would you be keen for an interview? And it was really funny, his response, because he came back to us and said pretty much immediately, yeah, sure, I'd love to get an interview. And it's the first time anyone's ever asked me to do an interview.
We all love interviews, though.
And so he loved it because we were appealing to his ego, and we said, we'll put your video on our channel or whatever, and we loved it because we got his attention, and so from that point onward, we could say, hey, by the way, we've got this competition. Do you want to tell your audience about it, or do you want to link to our channel from your channel, or do you want to send an email to help us get more exposure? So that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited I can't speak.
That's okay.
That's one of the reasons why I'm still so excited about YouTube, and that is because it is still so undiscovered. It's like I guess it's a little bit like the Wild West. There are so many opportunities there that are still undiscovered, and there are people on YouTube that are very successful that are still extremely down to earth. They don't realize that they're successful, and you're able to get their attention much easier, I believe, than in many other markets.
Totally agree. It's funny because I've been implementing your strategy, and I mean, we're talking about your case study here with Free Magic Live, but the amount of opportunities I've been getting from YouTube is astounding. Like the other day, this was something that sort of put me out because I did a tutorial on choosing which video hosting solutions, because that was a very common question. Everybody kept emailing me, Tyrone, what solution are you using right now to host all your videos? And I thought, well, YouTube, of course. Then they said, oh, what about for private hosting? And I said, well, Amazon. Amazon S3, of course. Yeah. And it was everything that you've recommended as well. But the interesting thing was that this person, because when I recommended use Bucket Explorer, something that you've recommended to me to use for a very, very long time now, I had some guy come over to me and say, hey, I've got something very similar to Bucket Explorer. Would you like to review it? And I'd be happy to give you a version of it and try it out and promote it to your database. So it was just, opportunities are just coming because of that. And people see you. It's all about branding. It's people getting to know you. And like right now, you and me just talking, it's like as though I'm talking to you literally in another room, but we're on camera.
Excuse me, you've made a really good point there, and just being on video, excuse me, there's something about video that is just that's just incredible. In terms of building rapport and getting people to take action, we've got such an incredible interaction from our audience. I'll give you an example. Just a couple of weeks ago, we ran a competition. JJ, he did a magic trick in front of a couple of girls again. And,
JJ.
So we said, okay, let's turn this into a competition. We said, okay, if you can, we made it really easy. All you got to do is add a comment and tell us how the trick was done, and we often pick something in the video that they need to spot or something, and they need to say what it is. They need to send it on to their friends and give us a rating, for example. But with just that, we got over 3,000 comments on that blog post that we had. Now, there are some double ups with people trying to enter in their comments more than once, but it just gives you an indication of people. They just go because they know us, and they know JJ in this case, and they know me through Magical G, the dude behind the scene. We've got this connection with them, and so they wanna take action when we tell them to, and so that's extremely powerful. If you, I think compare this to television, for example. You got people sitting on their backsides. There's an advertisement there. Everything get pushed to them. There's no interaction. So the effect that you have on people, and there's no action that they normally take. All of it is kind of passive programming.
That's
Whereas
right.
with YouTube, you have this interactivity. People actually take action when you ask them to. And if you're an online marketer, that's gold. That is just gold. Because you want people to take action. So very, very powerful.
Yeah, it's a really good point there, and I love the interaction online, because when you start seeing comments, you start seeing feedback from people, you either know that your video is working, or you get the other response to go, I don't like your video. You go, boop, you got to change something.
That's right. You're right. You're so right, because and it's an amazing learning school. So because if you're submitting crap stuff, people are going to tell you, or you're just not going to get views. So it's an amazing way to become better at what you do, because you get that instant feedback from people, and You know, we've never seen anything like this on our planet. This is just, it's only 5 years old, YouTube, right? But
Forgot that. It felt like it's been around for a while.
yeah, and you know, it's an amazing opportunity. I love it, and I'm on YouTube every single day. So.
I see that. That's why we're back on the video cam with you too to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. From all your successes, you've done extremely well with Free Magic Live with JJ. And what we'd like to probably know as well is has there been any times that things just haven't worked? Some of the strategies you tried implementing after trial and error, they didn't work and you decided that's not something that you can implement. Maybe share some of those things too.
Sure. Well, Free Magic Life's a little bit unfair because it's a really good showcase of, I guess, a collection of all my knowledge that I built up leading up to that point when I started that channel. You got to remember that before that point, I've been at it for about 3 years. You know, thinking about this stuff, how to get more traffic, what are the best ways to use online video to get exposure. So by the time that I started Free Magic Live, I already knew what I was doing. You know, so and so with Free Magic Live, we didn't make too many mistakes. But before that point, you know, I started a number of other YouTube channels that didn't work, you know. So I had to try stuff with trial and error before things started working for me. And now that I've got it sussed, it seems every time I do it, and you've seen it as well with using some of my methods, that
Yep.
you get results from this now. But you know, it wasn't always like this. So I think one of the main things that I did wrong was, I've already mentioned this, but I didn't realize that I had to get involved in the community, which is it's critical. It's absolutely key that you get involved. You gotta get to know your audience. It's not just the community, but it's also your audience, people who watch your videos. The better you know them, the easier it is for you to create relevant content that they would like and that they'd want to spread and that they would want to come back to. So that's absolutely critical. The other thing that I did wrong was that I didn't realize the importance of regularly submitting videos to my YouTube channel. And this is kind of, well, this is a big part of rapid video blogging, because there's the word rapid in there. The whole point of it is to be able to create videos rapidly and easily so that you can get them onto YouTube as easy and quick as possible regularly. It probably should be rapid, regular video blogging. Because you gotta, some people might think it sounds like hard work, but seriously, it's not. It's so much fun. It's, in my view, it is a lot easier to create video content now than it is to create text content.
Tell me about it. That's the reason why I get you on the call instead.
I mean, look at us now. We're just chatting and we're creating content as we go.
Exactly.
So that's one of the things I did wrong. I didn't realize the importance of submitting content regularly. And you look at some of the top 10 YouTubers, and all of them, without fail, have been submitting their videos like for the last 3-4 years, constantly and regularly, like once, sometimes once a day. For example, there's what's her name, Miranda. I can't remember her name, but she's words. Oh, she's in the top 10. She basically has these little videos about the word of the day.
Oh, okay.
She's beautiful. She's this European, from European descent, blonde. She's just stunning. So that kind of helps her. But she has a video every single day about a new word. And
how hard is that?
Her channel name is Hot for Words.
Oh, okay. How hard is that to put that up, a new word every day?
Yeah, so she's got a new word every day. She's got, I don't know, she gets millions of views for each of her videos, you know, within a day or so. I think she's got 1 million subscribers or something silly like that. She's got a lot of subscribers anyway. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you look at all those guys, they create videos regularly and submit them consistently, regularly to their channels, and to build up that audience, to build up that expectation, to build up relationship, but very importantly, to get to know the audience and to find out what it is that they like and what kind of videos they want to watch. And so that's one thing I didn't do with some other channels, and they just kind of died down, you know, and I put some videos up and thought that would be it, that would be enough. But no, you got to keep going, and you keep creating fantastic content, which, by the way, is extremely easy to do now because of all the tools and the technologies that are available.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely find that it's not hard to create videos at all because I do it all the time now. Because thanks to your system, I've just followed and take it step by step. Like getting content up there's fast and easy. I remember when I first started, I had this HD camera which took me yonks just to import it. But now with your method, it's just like.
Yeah, and you know, Tyron, your videos are amazing. You know, like I've left comments on your blog before, so because I never used to read your blog because it was text based, and now that you've got video, I can't help myself but watch them. And so I spend like, if I go, I try not to go there too often because when I go there, I spend like a half an hour on your blog.
Sorry, man.
So, but I think that's the power of video. And what I want to say about that as well is that a lot of people, you know, it's one of the mistakes I made at the beginning as well, is that I thought my videos had to be perfect and that they had to be like Hollywood productions. And on YouTube, nothing can be further from the truth. In fact, that can count against you. Number one, it's going to take you much longer to create those really professional type videos. I mean, you might need a professional crew for that, and it's going to be more expensive. But number two, people on YouTube don't want to see that. They want to see you. They want to see your personality. They want to interact with a real person. And creating videos like that is easy because you just got to be yourself. You just got to walk up in front of the computer, the video camera, and do your thing and make it interesting for people. And you know, as with both you and with me also at the beginning, if you look at our beginning videos,
really crap. Hey, we shouldn't mention that.
But you get used to it. You get used to being in front of the camera and becoming more natural and just talking like you're talking to your mate, like we're doing right now. So.
Absolutely. That's so crucial, and everything you shared is just spot on. I think I can't emphasize much more than what Gideon said because I totally agree with him. So it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's right. So I have to add this because it's so true, and that is that when you create videos that are just you, and where it's truly your own personality just shining through, people really make a connection with you. Yeah. It's like they get to know you, and it's funny because when they see you on the street, they will approach you as if they've known you for years, and you wouldn't know who they are, you know. And it'd be like, who the hell are you, you know? But for them, you're like their friend. You're like almost like you become like their best friend because that bond becomes so strong, and that is really, really powerful, extremely powerful. So
absolutely. I mean, unless you're a movie star, it'd be a different story. You couldn't just approach any movie star and say to her, "Hey, Tom Cruise, it's so."
You know, this happens, and you know, if your audience may be familiar with Fran Kerr from eyeonhealth.org, you know, she was in Vancouver about a year ago, and she wasn't even all that famous back then with her YouTube channel, but back then she had like several occasions where people recognized her from her videos that she's been doing in Australia. And they walked up to her and said, "Hey, Fran, I know you from your YouTube channel." She's like, of course she was really surprised. But you know, you've got a worldwide audience, and that just points it out in such a very vivid way.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, Gideon, I probably want to wrap it up for today. What I wanted to, I guess, get people on the call to also check out as well is your rapid video blogging report, which I've downloaded and I've read through it many times over. So maybe share it. Share
better things to do.
I love your stuff, man. Yeah. So, like, what I wanted to do is just to get you to give a little quick background over what's in the report and what we could be expecting in the upcoming few days, because I think you're having a launch that's launching next week sometime. So, share a little bit more about it too.
Well, the report, it's an interesting one because if you look at the page, my download page where people can download the report, I've allowed people to make comments. There's several comments from people saying, are you kidding? Are you sure this is not supposed to be sold? You know, am I not supposed to pay money for this? And, but, you know, that's kind of good because that's the effect that I was after. It's 92 pages long, really chock full with a lot of stuff. It's basically a 7-step process that I teach. So I've systemized the whole thing to help you go from pretty much where we started with Free Magic Live at zero to building up your audience to where we are now. I mean, I basically give you the exact same strategies that we used inside the report. Of course, I don't reveal everything because I'll need to write a 500-page report to be able to do that. But I give you enough information to get started and to start getting results as soon as possible. And so it's all in there. It takes you from selecting your own niche, the tools and technologies you need for creating your own videos really, really fast and easy. How to set up what I call your video domination hub, how to create content properly, and the importance of that. What else do I teach? There's a chapter on how to streamline your whole content production process. There's a chapter on how to make your videos go viral, and then finally how to monetize the whole show. How do you actually make money from all this stuff? So it's all in there. 92 pages. There's a lot of really useful information there, and I've had it's only been a couple of days, and I think there are. Let me just check. I've got it here in front of me. There's 418 comments on the page already where people are downloading it. I think I've had, at this point in time, it's already close to, about just over 6,500 downloads of the report. And people seem to be loving it. So it's only been a couple of days. So
that's huge.
Definitely get a copy, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, if you like it.
Awesome. Well, you can download the copy just below here, and there'll be a link below this video so you can download it and check it out. So there's a lot of awesome stuff inside there. And what's happening as well in the next few days as well after the report gets released? Here there's a launch as well.
What's accompanying that report, I thought, it's great having the text-based stuff that people can, read, because it's another medium for absorbing that information, and it's a really nice way to be very logical about the whole system and how it fits together. But I'm also including with that 3 accompanying videos. Each of them are about 20 to 25 minutes long, that teaches you a different aspect about what I'm doing. The first video is basically about setting the scene, and talking about the whole opportunity and just opening up your eyes to what's going on. The second video is about where I go behind the scenes, actually just here in my home studio, and show you what I use and what you can use too, just using a really, really simple setup. And then the third video is going to be a case study. In fact, that's going to be with Fran from High on Health that I mentioned before, where she talks about how she makes a full-time income from basically just what we've been talking about, just playing on YouTube. And then soon after that, next week, which is Wednesday, the 18th of August, I think, Eastern Standard Time in the US, I'll be opening the doors to a program, a coaching program, that will go into a lot more depth, that teaches people everything that I know about rapid video blogging.
Okay, so next Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on which time you're on. I think it's the 12th or the 18th. Did you say?
Oh, hang on. Sorry, it's not the 18th. It's the 12th. What am I saying? The 18th is when it actually I'm going to close
the doors.
Close the doors, and I only want to keep it open for about a week, because from the comments I've been getting, I think I'm just going to get flooded, and I don't want to have too many people in the course. So I want to save enough time, for people so that I can give enough attention to the members. So actually, the doors are opening on 11th August 11th.
Yep.
And they're going to close on the 18th. So yeah, just be aware of that.
So it's a whole week then. Nice. All right, that's awesome then. Well, Gideon, I just want to say a big thank you for coming onto the call today and sharing a lot more about Free Magic Live, which is an awesome case study there for what you've been doing. And it's just been an awesome chat today to be able to do this with you, this video interview, and I can't wait to share more with my audience too. So thanks again, Gideon.
It was heaps of fun, Tyrone, and all the best. And keep creating those videos. I'm going to keep watching them. Maybe not. Don't stop creating them, because I waste too much time watching your videos.
I'll make sure I think of something a bit different for you, Gideon, just specifically for you. All right, guys. Well, if you want to hear any more of these video interviews or any more of these podcasts, just simply visit tyroneshum.com at my blog, and you can even search for my name on Google, Tyrone Shum. Thanks very much again, and we'll catch you soon. Bye for now.